Alright, so we got the guys from Wolverine Excavation in here today. So we're finally getting the where we graded out for the garage. We basically got the garage in, but none of the rest of the stuff's been straightened back up. So you can see it's kind of a drop off here. Can't tell as well with the camera, but it's pretty steep there in the yard. Way too steep to mow. So we're going to get rid of those couple of trees there, flatten that area over there out. Get out of this whole area here is too low. The deer use it for a little wading pond when it rains. But basically try to fix the yard to where we can mow all of it. And then this little side yard over here, where we put the power in to the garage, that's had the dirt all tore up, so they're going to straighten this up and get rid of a couple of those trees there and a few other things. So we'll see how it looks when they get done. Alright, so just in kind of no time flat, like less than 3 hours, they've already got all this smoothed out, which is awesome. Still got some stuff to do here. They got rid of the couple of trees that were up there. We're gonna cut that little area off there and make it all going into the garage. Alright, so here's the guys that did the work. They've been here 2.5 days, and I'm extremely pleased with what they've done. We've got the guy coming Saturday to do the hydroseeding or agri-seeding, whatever it's called, agri-seeding, I don't know. Anyway, so this is behind here. They really cleaned that up. I don't think I did a video before of that. So we have a yard again. So we left like, I think 12 feet out here in case I want to pull something out there and be able to run in and out of the door there for tools if I don't want to pull it in the garage. Or I guess I could just pull it in front here or whatever. But so they actually took up the big gravel that we had in the driveway and replaced that with crusher run, and then used the big gravel to actually go around, so they saved the sum on getting new big gravel and replace that with stuff that's gonna hold up to the slope a lot better. So all this is recycled gravel from the previous driveway. And then this whole area here, they smoothed it out, took 2 trees out of there, fixed the yard from where they had buried the power line for the garage. Here's this angle here. They cut way back up in the woods there. So I'm gonna weed eat all that stuff there, and then I can have my range back. Another angle here. They did a really smooth job on it. Really pleased with it. So these guys are like in the West Jefferson, North Carolina area. I'm in Virginia, but we're just right across the North Carolina line. And then this is our backyard. They brought in some topsoil and smoothed it up. Smooth. I didn't get to see this thing in action, but it's pretty cool. Forestry Mulcher, I think is what they call it. And then this whole area down here, this is where I had, you know, the bum heater where I do a lot of outdoor shooting lately since I didn't have the rest of the range going. Brought in a bunch of topsoil here, made this smooth, easier to mow. And then we had that big pile over about right now of mulching from when we had the tree service in. And they spread it over here some. We got to smooth it out just a little bit more, but camouflage tank, right? He asked me why we had the tank camouflaged. I said, I don't know, Brenda did that. So see what else we got. There's another angle on that. They smoothed all this up here. Here's from the driveway looking up. And then this ditch here was completely filled in from all the, you know, storms and rains and stuff. So they dug that out. Probably boring you guys with this, right? All right, that's probably about it anyway. All right, so then we had Jones Hydroseeding come out here. We did a little less lethal shooting and some hydroseeding. So got that going on. Probably shouldn't step in it. All right, so here's this yard. Me and Brenda started putting in some landscaping timbers just to kind of separate the grass and the gravel. There's that back bank. It's pretty rocky. We don't expect a whole lot to grow on that, but we'll see. We'll see. And here's this yard all blued up. I think I would like bluegrass better than green grass. And then there's that whole area down there. Good job, Booger.
More.
Yeah, more. You're doing great. All right, so here's the after. All right, so first of all, if you guys saw how muddy and horrible this porch was, where it was just, you know, mud right up to the edge of it and all it splattering in from the grass, we put in some landscaping timbers. Now, this side that we've done is, you know, it's complete. We're actually going to extend the flower garden there where the grapevine is up to encompass this tree. And make that whole one big little section there. One big little section. Right. Okay. So you can see the grass over here coming in really nicely. Nice healthy grass. So we've got timbers on the other side over here. And these are just laid out, so they're not, they look like crap. We just laid them out off the truck and we haven't done anything with that yet. But you can see the we actually have a yard again, so, and probably gonna do some shooting stuff up in this area. We'll see. I'm still trying to decide, but I would say that'll be next year. I did spin some tires and mess up some stuff there with the lawnmower accidentally, but I'll fix that when the weather gets good again. But yeah, everything's coming in very nicely. There's a couple little spots that are still coming in, but I wanted to wait longer to video it. But if I waited long enough for it to come in, and you can see the grass coming up if you're really close at it, but if I wait much longer, everything else is going to start turning brown, because as you can see from the leaves, it is pretty much fall now. So let's look at this up here. I'll show you another angle from down here. Here's the house. And then the bank here, as you can see, it's starting to come in. It's taken the longest of anything. And there's a lot of rocky areas with this, but it's actually coming in better than we even thought it would. Some of the areas are really coming in good. But yeah, and we had a huge rain like right as soon as Wolverine got done with the excavating, and before we got the hydroseeding put down, we had a huge rain. So some of the stuff, it was a lot smoother, but it kind of washed out. You can see kind of there, and especially like over in this area, I don't know if you can see it or not, but a few ruts and stuff. This was smooth as glass when they were finished, but yeah, so some of it we're going to have to work on when the weather gets back good again, but no point in doing it now because we don't have time to reseed it or anything. So there's another shot from that angle. Here's this, bug went in my nose. Here's, get away from me. Here's this yard from this angle from down at the elk grapevine. And here's the little backyard area. So it came in very nicely. It actually came in, it stays pretty damp back here, so it came in. And one thing about it, one of the reasons that it was taking so long to come in, we had like a 2-week drought, not a speck of rain for 2 weeks right after he did the hydroseeding. So we ended up having to water it, and once we started actually watering it, we gave up on it raining, and once we started watering it, then everything started coming in nicely. So it that's why there's some places that still haven't came in as well as others. But the grass is there, it's just not big enough to see yet, kind of like right there. But this pretty much stays like moist from the dew for like half of the day because of all the shading, as the house is on this side, the trees on that side. So this came in actually really quick. Then this area down here, it's come in nicely too. I wish I would have shown this before, but you probably couldn't really tell it in the videos, but this was just really bumpy and had horrible dirt. I wasted so much money on grass seed down here. Never could get most of it to grow. If you guys saw my videos I used to do with the bum heater, the big burn barrel where I would shoot that, so that was about right there. We could never get any grass to grow around that area. So they actually brought in dirt, smoothed that out, and then seeded that. And then this backside here, we're not finished with it, but we're putting mulch all in this area. We've got to like about right there so far, with a little bit. Let's see here. People thought I was crazy buying a 1,000-gallon propane tank. Nope. So this is mostly mulched, but the leaves are over it, so you can't hardly see a lot of it. But we're going to carry that all the way up into there. Those are targets all over the picnic table. One light and the rest of it's targets. Yeah, all right, so there's the garage. Of course, the bank from here looks like there's no grass on it, but when you get closer, obviously you can see it. But definitely, I can't say enough good about Jones Hydroseeding and Wolverine Excavation. They're, again, the Grayson County, Virginia, which borders, they're in Ashe County, North Carolina. So Allegheny County, North Carolina, Ashe County, North Carolina, Grayson County, Virginia. If you're in that area and looking for excavation or hydroseeding, definitely recommend. Very good people. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.